My name is Henry Green. The title of my book is Chocolate Fever. The author of my book is Robert Kimmel Smith.
Good.
My name is Henry Green. I have an older brother named Mark and an older sister named Elizabeth. The setting started in the classroom when I noticed something strange was happening to me. I had spotted dots all over me. My name is Henry Green. I love chocolate. I eat chocolate for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. The conflict of the story is when I was in class, I looked at my arms and I spotted a whole bunch of dots on me. I went to the nurse and I asked the nurse what is happening, and I found that I had a bad case of chocolate fever. I went to the doctor for the doctor can take a look at me. The doctor was astonished because he'd never seen a case of chocolate fever before. All the nurses and the doctor started to surround me like I was a test subject. Before I knew it, there was a crowd of people surrounding me. I felt very uncomfortable. I felt so overwhelmed that I ran away. How overwhelmed I was, I ran away, and before I knew it, the whole town was chasing after me. Is that I'm fast and I managed to get away from the whole crowd. When I was running, I spotted a group of boys and they made fun of me because of all my chocolate fever. Tried to bully me, but I tricked them by saying that my chocolate fever was contagious. After I ran away from the bullies, I had nowhere to go. I had no one to go to. I had no friend's house. I couldn't go to no friend's house. I couldn't go anywhere, so I just kept running. While I was still running, I saw there was 100 cars and trucks passing by me. Finally, there was one truck that was willing to help me. The driver's name was Mac. Mac was a nice person. He let me stay in his car for a while, and he shared his lunch with me. It was dark outside, so I asked him did he notice all the spots on my body. Imagine how embarrassed I was to have this chocolate fever. Mac asked me what was I doing running away. I explained how I was so embarrassed of having the chocolate fever and having everyone stare at me. Mac told me that the next step that we should do is go to a telephone, and call my parents so they can know that I'm okay. When we were coming back from the telephone stand, we noticed that 2 thieves were trying to hijack Mac's truck. They kidnapped me and Mac, taking us to their hideout. They had guns pointed at us, but Mac said, "Don't worry." The thieves thought that they saw expensive furs in Mac's car, but they only found chocolate bars. When we got to the hideout, we heard the thieves arguing about how they thought the truck had expensive furs. When we're in the hideout, we can hear the voices of dogs barking loud. Barking got louder and louder when the dogs became closer. 2 thieves, Lefty and Louie, they went out to find out where the noise was coming from. When they opened the door, they were bum rushed by a group of dogs. Dogs had picked up a scent of chocolate and followed the scent. Soon after, the sheriff arrived and Mac had a lot of explaining to do to the sheriff. After Mac explained the story, Lefty and Louie were in handcuffs. He made one more stop before he would drop me back off. That stop was at Alfred Kane's warehouse. We called him Sugar. We got to Alfred's warehouse. We found a whole bunch of different candies and chocolates. Mr. Kane had to speak with me because he had a few questions that he had to ask me. He asked me about all about the chocolate dots all over me on my body. He said he knew a person that had the same exact chocolate fever as Henry did. That little boy was him. The cure of chocolate fever that Alfred said was vanilla pills. He said if I took the vanilla pills, the chocolate fever would be gone the time I get home. Mr. Kane taught me that too much of anything is bad for you. Moral of the story is to tell people that too much of anything is bad for you.